Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, hey, Doug, welcome to my page. My comment says I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very fucking important. And not important. Liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people who like to smoke, people who like drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people who like smoke weed. Okay, listener's discretion is advised. Let's fly the coop right now. Skedaddle, skadoodles, okay, write down in the comment section. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. I'm your friendly neighborhood Schizologist. Okay? You like my little, you know where I got this from, yeah, guys? I got this from Ethiopia. See? Got this from Ethiopia. I had changed some of the design here, okay, and put some other stuff in replace of it. And it came out perfectly fine. No, I think, yeah, I put that there, yeah, that blue there. To give it some color, okay? Because Africa is about color. And everything that has color in it usually have nutrients in it. And I was just talking to someone about everything white could be poisonous. But of course, not always true. But of course, I stay away to make my skin shiny without putting any olive oil on my face or any grease or any kind of lotion. I don't put that stuff on my face. My skin is naturally not oily, but just right because I eat the right balanced amount of foods. I take care of my health, but that's for another subject for another day. Today's topic will be about, okay, donations should be mandatory because there's people out there who's being forgotten, okay. You don't necessarily need to work hard in order to earn a whole lot. But there are those individuals I've been scouring throughout the whole entire YouTube, but I see a potential there. And since they don't have a donation, you can't really donate to them. Okay, and I think that's wrong. So I think that when people work, you're automatically getting taxed, right? So those taxes are being put to where the government has control a portion of that money to use it for military funds, which is kind of wrong. But it's necessary to a degree, okay? So when I see my taxes getting taken out when I go to the gas station and everything I buy, okay, then it's necessary, yes, because it depends on the country you're in. America needs to have the highest defenses in the world. They have to have that in order to be the greatest. Because what if someone wants to attack them like the Chinese, okay, or Japanese, like what they did with Pearl Harbor? You don't want no surprise attacks. You're going to need funds automatically, manually taken out for military purposes, social services, but there's no donations. And I believe that because of this thing that's missing, okay, then we have a lot of people who are poor. Let's say first you have no income, but you're smart enough to have some kind of link, some kind of way to get the donations from the government. You should be able to get that, but there are people out there who don't have none of those things. Such as in Africa, okay. Now, America, you can at least do some research and get income, okay. But other than that, when you're in a foreign land or underdeveloped countries, I believe everybody should have a certain set amount of money if they're poor, okay. And they should be able to have at least a roof and a roof over their head and some food to eat every day. And though it may be cheap, they are living good life. They're living a basic fundamental life, and they can actually come up off their own bootstraps, like myself, okay. But of course, sometimes some things get involved with that mandatory donation. It depends on how much you make. The more you make, the more they take, okay. You get what I'm saying? I truly believe in that, okay. So if I'm making $3 trillion and I don't even give out no donations, there's a certain set amount of money he can just pay off and he don't have to worry about it no more. And that will be easy for everybody. The money will be distributed to the poor. They're still homeless in America. Did you know that, guys? There's homeless in America. Maybe because they have a mental condition and they don't know how to use a computer. Maybe they don't know how to read. But they have to find a place. There should be a shelter in each state. In each city, there should be a shelter. So all of the so-called donations that is mandatory, that should be mandatory, that's coming out of the check should go towards shelters. They should go towards shelters. I believe strongly that the small 1% and 2% of the most wealthiest in the world can actually do this. Okay, because if it's mandatory and you can the people could come together and attack them to mandatory dates. Say, hey, you know, man, you making too much money, man. We have too many poor. We have too many. That should be mandatory, right? Don't you agree? And so I'm surprised that even in New York, I'll travel around and I'll still see homeless people, and I'm like, yo, this is unacceptable. Maybe it is their fault because they can't find a library, or maybe they can't find a shelter or some shit like that. But it's just unexcusable. It should be in every borough, in every city, some shelter which can house at least about a certain amount of individuals, which has been calculated and strategically placed. So it can never be an overload, okay? Because there'll always be other places they can go to. They can go to another city. They go to, they can travel abroad. They can walk their asses. Now, if they're in a wheelchair, okay, nobody on the street should be in the wheelchair homeless. Nobody in the streets. If the police see them, they should do a public service as a good Samaritan to get that person off the street. Okay, the jail system is also a good place too, but I believe that the jail system is a good place as well. This is why we have some wrongfully convicted individuals, because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's a double-edged sword. So jails is more like a business, but then that's focused on more on greed. Okay. But other than that, I think it's mandatory that everybody should pay a fucking donation, okay? Because I got my donation box. I got a few donations and shit from the past. But of course, I think it should be a mandatory thing. I'm not making a whole lot of money. I'm not a rich Rockefeller. Hell the fuck no. But I'm below the poverty line. I'll tell you that right now, okay? But of course, what do I have now that other people don't have? I have a little bit of research. I do a little bit of research. Okay, I get my checkups and stuff. I take my medications and stuff. I try to eat healthy. I do all sorts of things to try to help myself keep my head above the water. Okay, but there's people out there who don't have such a things, and that's fucking sad. I do believe in the camera in the sky. Okay, and Big Brother. I believe in all that. If you don't have something to watch over everyone, then everybody will go to turmoil and to hell in a handbasket. We got to have someone, or you can call it the government if you want, to watch over the people. But the government should never dictate to the people, the majority of people. If the majority of people say no, the answer should be no. No forcing. Even nothing should be forced, okay? But things should be given in a humanitarian type of way. But the greedy might not agree with me, okay? So just keep that clear. But that's all I really wanted to say. What else is there to say about mandatory donations, okay? Well, so far we know that 70% of the world has been conquered by the imperialist white supremacists, okay? And there's many factions of them. And all of the minorities, okay, has been, undercut and being robbed from their country in Africa. We sure know this too as well. The Chinese are even robbing Africa, okay? I've seen plenty of videos with Sierra Leone in multiple areas, and they come in and China taking over Africa in certain spots. And I'm like, this is terrible. But please understand this. When the people don't stand up, that's on them, okay? That's just how I see it, okay? I truly believe in forced donations. So if you see me and basically I have a PayPal, the government should pay me, okay? Which is coming from your pockets, okay? But there's already something in place of that already anyway, right? But anyway, since I'm up here on the video thing and YouTube likes my videos, they gave me a warning sign. They told me that don't post that description thing to how to recognize a homosexual. I ain't gonna talk about it, but I just pulled it down. I just have to reword it and try to be nice about it, okay? I gotta articulate my words a very different type of way so I won't get in trouble, okay? Other than that, I'm a comedian, a black comedian, so I have more rights to say multiple things, even despicable things, but as long as it's not terroristic, because I love America. I love almost every country that is more peaceful than America. Of course, when you come into America, your chances of death goes up. Okay, so I tell you foreigners all of the time, yeah, your chances of death goes up if you come to America. It's the land of milk and poison, okay? Let's just keep that clear, okay? And if you don't believe me, just talk to me and we'll understand this, okay? But other than that, when I say milk, it's abundance. There's a lot of milk here. Okay, a lot of cream, a lot of orgasm, okay? But, peace. That's all I really wanted to say. Under 10 minutes. I hope you like it. Peace.